Oh no, I got murdered.
Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Aimless Babble Z, episode 357. I'm Chris Adams, the Ticket Master, joined by.
Main Echo 5.
And Tropical.
So, yeah, we've got so much been playing. A middle segment about breakups, as far as like. Or, wait, do we have a name for it? Or are we just calling it like breaking up with something?
Just call it, just break up to make up or something. I don't
It's
know.
not break up to
It
make up.
has no
RPG.
name right now. But you know how things are between Tekken and Nintendo? These are their stories.
Dum dum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Actually, we could probably just use a song title as the mid-segment title, since it is like a. Just find a cool breakup song name title.
Unplug my heart, or unplug my something something, whatever. Anywho, that is the middle segment.
We'll figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out.
It'll be a fun ride. News, and yeah, what you been playing. So yeah, I guess I'll start with the back on the train of Final Fantasy VIII, because I was playing my Vita again, so
It's a different train than I expected.
It's true.
So, yeah. Where did I leave off from
Could be kids listening.
Final Fantasy VIII? I don't remember. But
Something about Renoa effing stuff up, and then you guys got Lagunaed, and then...
That's right, because we were like, alone, they took her, sea ship, stuff. Okay, so yeah.
Spoiler alert, she gets taken a lot.
So we found out about the whole visions of the stuff in the past and things, and then I was all playing cards and stuff, and then and I was like, okay, finally, let me get back to my mission at hand and getting our home unstuck from this place and saying, sorry, dudes, that we crashed into your fisherman's rice and everything. Let's get back to the adventure in Galbadia, or Gal, however you say that.
I think it's called Bar. Something like that.
And check on that town that we used to be by, and what's happening. And then, oh no, it's on lockdown. What's going on? Oh, they're looking for a loan still. They're gonna burn it down. Oh no, we gotta stop this. And then we're all like, yeah, save the day. And then they're all like, hey, our captain's just sleeping. They're not doing anything. And they're like, and we're like, oh, well, we'll get to the bottom of this. And then we found them. We beat them. They're like, yeah, take that, Fujin Raijin losers. And yeah, couldn't take us, could ya? And then they ran away like the cowards they are. And they're like, alright, we saved Galbadia, what's next? And they're like, oh, well, I guess we'll go check out Travia Garden, because Selfie's all like, oh no, my garden I was from got bombed and everybody might be dead. Ooh. So,
and then everyone laughed and laughed.
Good time was had by all.
That is not what happened.
I feel like it is. I remember it distinctly, as it was yesterday.
So we went to Travia Garden, and it got attacked, but everybody wasn't dead, and we're like, interesting. And then we had this whole reminiscence section of like Irvine being like, well, actually, I remember you guys, and you haven't said anything to me, and I was waiting for you to say something, but then you say anything, so I'm going to say something. And then one by one, we're all like, oh yeah, I remember that. And then somebody else was like, hey, I was there too. I was an orphan. Oh my goodness. And then
they were all
and then
somebody
else was like, oh,
Final
hey,
Fantasy game.
I was there too. No way, dude. Yeah, dude. And Seifer was there. And Squall was there. And Selfie was there. And Quistis was there. And Zell was there. And Irvine was there.
Wizard of Oz up in there. Like the Wizard of Oz.
And they're like, wait a minute.
What's happening to us?
And then they're like, wait a minute, guys. Wasn't there somebody there that's taking care of us? And they're like, yeah, it was that matron lady. But they're like, oh, wait a minute. She looks like... Dun dun dun. Plot twist spoiler, I'm not going to say. And then they're like, oh man, but she's, oh no. And then we're like, yeah. And now we're like, oh man, what happened? How'd this go down? What's going on? Is this why
It's like
Alolan
that.
wanted us to go back and stop things? Who knows? She's gone now. We gotta find her again. Oh no, let's go back to the house of the lady and see what we can find out. Doodle doodle doodle. And then we make her there. And they're like, oh, this is the place. I remember it now. This is the price we pay from using all those guardian force summon thingies in our brain zone. Or
In our
supposedly,
brain
because Chris is like, well, that was just a rumor. Yeah, we don't know if it's true or not. Yeah.
In our
So I guess-
brain zone.
it's like-
In our brain zone. In our brain zone.
So I guess we'll, see if that's true or not. Whatever. But then, right after that, oh yeah, something else happened. Because, Sid's all like, alright, dudes, all hands on deck, Seeds, you're soldiers now, blah, 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 whatever. Also, Squall's your leader. So, sorry, Squall. There's your job.
I get it now.
Sorry
They're
to
called
place that
seeds
bird.
because they stay in gardens, obviously. Revelation.
So, sorry for that burden on you, Squall, but you're the leader, dude. So, have fun with that. I'm just gonna go fade back into the background. Whoosh, and then, Squall's inner monologue of, text bubbles that nobody else can hear because he's he's just thinking to himself. He's like, what?
Just a soldier on the bus trying to make his way. Oh my.
Squall's like, what? I don't want to be the leader. What the F? What is it?
Exactly like that, by the way. Exactly like that. His exact reaction.
And he's like, whatever.
Whatever.
I will be the Dark Knight that the garden needs, or doesn't need, but deserves, because I'm Squall, and I'm all internal monologuing all the time, and I don't let my feelings out, and I'm really sensitive, but nobody knows, unless I let them, yeah. And then, and then
That's an excellent side of his monologue.
and then we were,
That- What would a remake of 8 be like? If it's all internal monologue, would it just be silent? So exactly the same game,
You'll just
but
be
everyone
voice
else
acting now.
talks? It'd be like Zelda?
'Cause,
Or
like,
the
those-
monologues will
no,
be
he would just
will
be like stroking
echoey?
his chin, and then you'd hear a voice, but he wouldn't be talking because he's thinking to himself. Yes.
like guys, it's all
So
happening.
you would hear the voice.
Yes.
Yes.
It wouldn't just be him standing there stoically,
No.
Everybody's like, is Squall having
and
a
then there's like
stroke
text
again?
for you to read.
He's been standing there for an hour now. I don't know what's happening, guys. I don't know what's happening.
So yeah, that happens. It was all like, sorry, dude, not sorry. Here you go. Blah. And then you're like, oh, I guess I'm the leader. Whatever.
Did he throw up? What?
No, he didn't throw up. He just like, hey, Squall, you want to be burdened with responsibility? And just did that thing.
I feel like that's awful.
I mean, that's not the sound he made, but it's just that is
I don't know.
clearly from Squall's perspective. That's just how he feels. Of just ugh, this burden
All
being
up in his,
put on my shoulder.
mental mind. All up in his mental mind.
Yeah, he got mind effed, and that was just oh.
Got effed in the mind.
I haven't. I will be the garden's Dark Knight that they don't need but deserve, because I can take it. But yeah, they went to that lady's place, and they're like, huh, memories and stuff. That's how it went down. And Zel's all like, those are really my parents. I was adopted. How did I forget these things? And then, before we could do anything else, we're like, I sensed something approaching, and we turned it around, and they're like, that garden that was just at Galbadia, and they're here. We must stop them from getting to that place. And then we're like, time to go to battle, Seeds. Let's do it. And now we're fighting in gardens and jumping into other gardens, and it's so epic and awesome. It's like my favorite part. One of my favorite parts of the game is just like garden battle, and just it's great. And Squall's leader is giving people orders. He's like, you do that, you do that, you do that, and fortify defenses, and get our attackers ready, and XYZ does 1, 2, 5, and just, yeah, it's great. It's great. Only way it would have been better is like the garden like transformed into like a giant mech. They had like a giant mech battle in the garden. It's but didn't do that. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The whole like CQC boarding them, defending the realm and stuff. It's just as fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. And then so we split into teams, and like Reno almost fell off, and we're like, no, Reno, and but we saved her. It's fine. It's cool. So we totally saved her. And there's like this epic battle scene, this awesome fight scene. Stuff's going down, and now we're like on their garden, taking it down, or like taking the fight to the bad guys, and yeah, we're gonna stop them, or maybe we won't. I guess we'll see. So we're like, I'm pretty sure we're at the end of disc 2, and like it's been on disc 2 for like a while now. So I'm pretty sure this is where disc 2 ends and disc 3 starts. So once I get to disc 3, I'll let you know what happens. But
I don't know where your disc begins and where mine ends.
That is the
strange
final.
All right.
That is the Final Fantasy A report for this week, and where I'm at in the game. Hopefully I can finish it this time. I think I can, because I totally have a smartphone now, and every time I get stuck, I'll just be like, where I need to go, phone, tell me, and it'll be like, hey Tekken. Yeah, it's like, yeah, here's a guide, and I'm like, awesome, it's great. It's great. 3G is the best, I gotta say. It's like, I've been in the dark ages for like a long time, as far as like cell phone technology, so this is like all new to me, and like it's super awesome. I just gotta say, like, I can just be like out in the wilderness. I mean, I'm not out in the wilderness because it's dangerous, but it is like anywhere to me is in the wilderness because like I'm a homebody. I like to just stay inside and play video games, and so when I'm not in here, it's like I feel compromised. Like anything could happen at any time. Like those open world games I play, like Red Dead. There's a cougar. What do I do? But like now it's like, hey phone.
Cougars do sound like that.
What do I do? Too. And it'll be like, Tekken, pick up stick and wave. Sporadically, cougar will disperse. And it's like, you just say me, phone. It's like it's magic. It's magical. Phones are magical. But
yeah.
So I guess that makes me a wizard. So I'm like a wizard now. That's great. I've joined the wizard society that we live in, and it's a fun magical time on the magic phone. Express.
Little wizard Harry.
So yeah, and then besides that, oh dudes, I played some games this week. Let me tell you.
Tell us all about it.
Final Fantasy VIII. So first up, let's start with one of my favoritist. I will just say actually my number one favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie franchise, Guardians of the Galaxy, has been gamified Telltale style, and I played it, and it was effing awesome, and I wanted to I wanted to do something very naughty. I'm not going to say because it'd be very embarrassing to the cast right now, so I'm just going to like in that thought, and you can okay, it wasn't like super bad. I was just going to say I want to just like take a bunch of oil and like put it all over me and just like just feel myself and just like, oh, Tekken, yes, this is like the best mashup ever. You thought,
appropriate response.
You thought Telltale and Batman couldn't be topped, but it didn't live up to expectations. But yes, oh, it feels so good. Guardians of the Galaxy and Telltale joining forces, episodic style. Oh, it's so moist in here. Because I'm so oiled up.
Are you an adult?
Anyway. So yeah, it's great because it's got all this.
Yeah.
I mean,
basically.
The only thing that is like not 100% is the voice acting because it's not the same like actor. So it's like it's kind of like weird. And then also Peter Quill doesn't look like Chris Pratt, and it's just throwing me off every time. I'm just like this isn't Chris Pratt. And it's like I want it to be the movie, but like it's the game. And it's like just enough weirdness to be like it's not Chris Pratt, but it's like the game. So it's not the same character model person. But it's like but then it's like just take it or leave it, Tekken. Just stop being weird, dude. It's not the movie. You want it to be the movie. It can't be the movie. Okay. Whatever.
It's not part of the cinematic universe, right?
It's not. It's its own thing.
Okay.
It's effing awesome the way it starts. I'm not gonna say what happens, but yeah, there's like a whole thing that starts, and it's like, that was awesome, and then it gets even better because it's like everything that they like. If you love the movie, like I love the movie, it's like everything that they had in that is like preserved here, of just the humor of like
The songs?
the gags and the songs. Yes, it's like, yes, there are cassettes and there's music and it's sequences of like stuff and it's just like it's just I'm just oiled up. I'm just like just like, oh yes. Oh yes, Telltale, do it. Yes, Guardians,
I
yes.
definitely need an adult.
It could be worse. He could be saying lubed.
That's true. Although,
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And then you have choices, and it's like this game's rated T, so it's like I wasn't like 100% sure of like how much I would feel of like, you know, dire situations of like, oh, I gotta choose a side here. Huh. It doesn't okay. I would say episode 1. We'll see what the ramifications are because I like it seemed too like binary of like this is the good thing to do, this is the not good thing to do. So when we get to episode 2, I guess we'll see. And then it's really cool because there's a lot of sequence. Okay, there's not a lot of sequences, but you come into possession of this artifact that is like you don't know how it works, but it does this thing where it takes you back to Earth, and like you're with your mom. And it's like Peter's mom. Oh man. And you like this like okay, calm down a second.
is it powered by the time infinity gem possibly?
It's a ancient alien artifact. I don't know how it works. We don't know how it works. But it works, and when it works, it does these things where it takes you back to Earth, and you're like, "Oh man, I'm on Earth. I'm Pierre's mom. We're talking. Go." Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's like, oh man, this wasn't the movie. This is great stuff. And then stuff happens. Stuff goes down, and then man, Guardians of the Effing Galaxy. I thought, you know, originally I wanted like Marvel to like. And Telltale to have like some sweet M-rated baby of like killing awesome stuff and like dire situations. But after this, I was like, dude, you've oiled me up and I'm just ready for the next 4 episodes. You're just like, yes, Telltale, just keep doing that. And
Oh man.
the fun will not stop. And I'll be very happy and oiled up and slippery. So yes, let's have some slippery fun times because that's what we're in for. After I played that first episode and I was like, dude, I'm glad I bought that season pass because it's everything I wanted to be. It's everything I wanted to be. And it's like, it just made me super really happy, slippery. So that was a good day. What else? Oh, also it does like a bunch of cool stuff where it's like, you know, you have like Peter Quill's booster thingy. So when you're like going around the environment, you can like hover and be like, oh, what's over here? And like hover up. Like, oh, what's that? It's pretty cool. And you get your little communicator to talk with the rest of the Guardians when you're doing stuff. And you're like, oh, I got a communicator in my ear. Hey, Rocket, what's up, dude? Oh, hey, Drax, what's up, man? Oh, Gamora, hey. Oh, you're standing right next to me. But yeah, okay, yeah. And Groot? Oh, well, I mean, you can't really communicate with Groot because he's like, you know, I'm Groot, whatever. That's how he says.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it's kind of his thing. So,
he does his thing. And he does his thing, and it's like, it works. It just works. It's like, yeah, it's awesome. But,
is it awesome?
it's awesome. So I would totally
Are you
recommend
sure?
this.
Is everything awesome?
Yeah.
Is everything cool when you're part of a team?
It is.
Is everything awesome?
Time. Yep, it sure is.
When you're living the dream?
Oh yeah.
That was a little Lego movie for you guys.
Yeah.
Next game. So, not so much awesome and fun times, but
Because you loved it?
it
loved every
wasn't
second of it?
terrible or bad. So,
You got the D. You got the D. You finally got the D again.
whoa. I'm talking about Mad Max RPG. I don't know what the F you're talking about.
I thought you were gonna do
So-
Destiny next because the setup was there for Destiny.
But yeah,
Everything else.
people were saying this game. I mean, I would say it's okay. It's like people say it's good or great. It's like after playing, you know, Shadow Mordor, I wanted to go back to this game because I think it's the same publisher, not the same developer. And they use the same formula because it's kind of got Batman combat, but it's kind of not got Batman, but so much driving. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just I'm not feeling this game because it starts off so weird, and I felt very insulted because it's like you stick a chainsaw through a dude's head, and like the game keeps going. I'm like, but wasn't that the big bad dude? Like, why did you? What's the point? And then like you get some weird sidekick with some weird name. I can't even think of his name. It's like something Chub, something Grub,
Dark South.
something. Whatever you feed the sharks, chum something, chum grub,
I think
something.
that actually means something very inappropriate in another country.
Oh, well, it's chum something, And then he just wants to build you a car, and it's like, wait, what? This is the whole. This is it. Like this, like I felt insulted. I was like, so you just want to like get your car back and get a better car, and you got this dude in the wasteland. It's like, oh, you're the saint of cars, saint blah blah blah. I will follow you all over the wasteland and blah blah blah. He's like worshiping you. It's super weird. It's super weird, and it's like whatever, dude. And then like you get this headquarters, but then it gets and then it gets you know, scavengers come and they wreck it, and then you're like, oh, we just gotta like go bum ourselves to other people in the wasteland that have strongholds and help them build themselves up in this terrible hellhole that we're in from these crazy war people. And yeah, it's weird. I mean, I mean, but then like it works on many different levels for me when I play this game, because you know I think it's very much a parallel to the darkest timeline that we are in of like where we could be going. So every time I play it, I'm like, man, this is kind of the future. Isn't it sad and bleak? Hopefully we can, like, you know, get off the course we're on and be like, yeah, we're not going to end up like Mad Max and all the people that eat maggots and stuff and other people and stuff. And
it's either that or the Matrix. I mean, we're heading for one of them. We're heading for one of them.
Because it's very extreme climate change of like, oh, there's storms that kill you. You know, it's like you're just in the world, and then like it's like, oh, there's a storm approaching, and it's like, oh, just stay in the car. The car's not safe. You'll get like, you know, I mean, depending on the storm, it's like, because it says strongholds are safe, and I was in a stronghold, and it's like, a storm came through, and it killed me, and I was like, wait, what? I was in safety. It's like, no, Tekken, you weren't safe, so clearly that's a thing. And then there's like all these relics, air quote relics, which are just like photos and notepads of people doing stuff before stuff went down, but it never goes like super in depth of like what exactly happened. Horizon Zero Dawn style, which is way better.
Like people wearing toilet bowls on their head because like I'm sure humans used to do this back in the day. They didn't. They really didn't.
And then like Max just reads and he's like, yeah, something something back in the day, something something blah blah blah. I mean, there's like a little tiny nugget of that.
Pud.
There's like a very small nugget of that at the very beginning. There's like people that were born into this world and have never known it, or there's people like me that have lost everything. Blah blah blah. Monologue in my monotone voice because I'm Mad Max. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
And it's just like before it all happened. Before the event.
It's like, yeah, it's like he is like the Joel. He's like the analogy would be like he's like Joel in Last of Us, and then there's other people that have like either born after or just don't know about it. It's like the ancient ones, as they would say in Horizon, or the old ones, or whatever they say. And I'm just not feeling it, man. I'm just not feeling it.
Not feeling it.
And there's just so much sand and dirt and just. I don't know, man.
It was an apocalypse, Tekken. It's not going to be full of lush greenery.
I mean,
Last of Us.
After coming off of the games I've played,
that's
that have
different,
been
'cause,
open
like,
world, though.
The zombies were like part fungus or some nonsense. So of course plants were still thriving, because fungus or fungi or whatever, zombies,
And then
monster faces.
yeah,
I don't know.
and then the combat's there, but it's not 100% Batman. But it is nice to shiv someone in the middle of a fight and just be like, yeah, I got him. Yeah, put it in his neck. Oh, yeah, I got him. Yeah, just great.
Oh my.
And then like there's this weird mystical dude who's like, let me give you powers, Max. It's like it doesn't make any sense at all. And he's just like, yeah, aren't you enlightened? And you get to level up your character and stuff. It's
Wait,
weird.
Max has powers?
He doesn't have powers. It's just a plot device to give him an excuse to have like a skill tree of like, oh, here's your skills. Level up your skills, Max. Ho-ho.
You know how to drive now.
Actually, there's a skill that gives you like more gasoline for your car.
Like, you've learned driving.
Or something.
Like, just now? like, I mean, like, I don't. Everything. I mean,
I wish I had this before I got my car.
I know, right? Like, now I can stop pushing it everywhere.
But yeah, as I've played it, I'm just glad I got it on a flash sale for like super cheap and not $60. I'd have been like, dude, I kind of feel burned, Arkham Knight style. But it's fine. It's like $20 or something, so whatever. So it's like, you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not good. It's not great. It's okay. It's like, you know, I'll get to the end and I'll just move on to the next game because maybe it gets better. You know, who knows? It could, you know, have some sweet twist or something. But you know, as it is now, it's like you just go to each region. There's a stronghold. You do missions for those people, and you fix up their place. And it's like, oh, thanks, Max. Thanks, chum. Whatever your magical hands that fix things that are mechanical.
Basically,
It's
Fallout.
so weird.
Only worse.
I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. So yeah, I don't know.
Did you see the movie?
I did not see the movie Tropical. I hear it's amazing though.
Oh.
Actually, I have
New
HBO
movie is
now
amazing.
on my amazing whatever this thing is called, Fire TV. So I might check it out. So you know,
Is the movie good though? Is it?
Yeah, the
I've heard
new
it's
one
good.
is good.
Maybe I could watch it and like it, and then like you know maybe like the game better. We'll see. Um,
You- Well,
besides that, let's see. I guess I'll talk about the game RPG thought I was going to talk about, which would be
Do it.
Destiny. Dun, 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 dun. And all I gotta
Wait, what?
say is that I'm effing done. I mean, I'm rating still. It's
Saying that
whatever.
every week.
Whoa,
So, I mean,
whoa, whoa. I don't know if I've said that every week, but like
you, you,
I've gotten to the point where I'm like Michael Jordan, dude. It's like I'm just gonna go to the tower one day and like liquidize all my assets and just dismantle everything, and then just
you're
like
gonna play golf?
have no.
Switch to baseball? No, I don't get the reference.
I mean, I'm going to retire and walk away and be done and be like, no more Destiny. But until then, when everybody's
Make Space Jam?
no, I'm telling you what I'm going to do. Your ears would work. So yeah, basically, it was weird this week too because everybody was like, "Oh, Destiny 2, Destiny 2, Destiny 2." It's like I'm just like my ears are like starting to bleed because it's like I can't hold it in, Tekken. Hold your rage inside.
Then you're gonna
Like,
get it.
you like my idea for the end of your
Yes,
legend?
Tropical has a perfect idea of how my legend ends. I've become legend in Destiny. In Destiny 2, I'm no longer legend because all my guardians have died in the defense of the tower at the start of Destiny 2 when whatever his name is shows up.
Galapagos?
Gary,
Didn't make it.
not Gary, whatever his name is, that guy,
Tekken's dudes didn't make it.
the G guy.
Oh no.
So that you know,
Galapagos?
Gary.
I
Gary.
think it's Grom or something. Something. It doesn't matter what his name is.
Grom.
Stupid.
Grom.
Clearly nothing cool enough because we don't know it. Oh, anyway, so it's like you know,
Oh no, but that means my heroes died too. Oh no.
it's for good.
Yeah, they
cause,
had a
people.
good run. It's fine.
So you know, I did my last final crack out on Destiny when like you know I was at rank 7, 6 or 7. No, it's rank 6 I think. 7 I think is when you get the book done. And I was like, man, I'm almost rank 7. This is gonna bug me if it's not done. I'm gonna come in and see it, and I know, and then like I know I've already not gotten the emblem before Gamer and Zafiro and everybody, so it's like, well, this is it. This is the last one. Where I can be like, haha, motherfuckers, you didn't beat me. Haha, I beat you again, and you're never gonna be able to say that you beat Tekken. Haha. So I went in, you know, got that knocked out. And I was like, yes, got the book complete.
Necessary.
And yeah, ended on a high note. And then you know, I'm just gonna make all my guardians ready for raid time, and I put all my sweet ornamentations on for the Wrath of the Machine armor. So I got that on my warlock. And then yeah, I'll just get ornamentations, and then you know see what sweet ornamentations I can get on my sweet raid armor, and then that'll be that. And then yeah, dismantle all my guns, dismantle all my armor, and then have my guardians hold the line like Kaiden or Ashley on Vermeer, whoever you chose, and take one for the team.
I chose Kaiden, so he died horribly. Turns out it was a mistake, because Ashley's kinda racist. And
You didn't
also,
know that at that point?
I mean, I thought it was just like a little quirk, but then it got a little out of hand, and I was like, bruh, you should get that looked at. There's aliens everywhere. You kinda can't be against all of them.
So you know when you see the destroyed tower in Destiny 2, just know Tekken made a sacrifice for
Guardians
something.
died there.
Yes.
Guardians did too. Yay! Please make sure you turn their armors into trophies. I'd appreciate it.
There's a price, and make sure that we are avenged or something. Whatever. Oh, and then also we did all the challenge crap. So like the last 4 weeks has been like each raid, and then they've added the challenge thingy, and then the last 2 raids have been like challenge. It's been the same challenge because they didn't add new challenges or change the challenges from the Orcs one or the Axis one. So we already did Crota, and then we did Vault of Glass. So those are like the only really new ones, air quote. And then we did Orcs last week, and then this week it was Axis, and we hadn't done Axis in a long time, because we did that like once. I don't know how many times we've actually like legit done it, because Zafra was like, we've only done it like once, and I think we've done it like maybe twice. At least I would think.
remember one time.
I would like to think that we did it more than once, but I
You
know
only did
like
it
it
once.
was legit like the hardest challenge, like the only challenge. Yeah, like the only real challenge. And then like it was like it came back to that challenge. I was like I've only done one time, and then we did it, and it's like yeah, this is the legit only, or I would say the hardest challenge in the game. So
I,
uh,
was- I did that one, so I know you only did it once.
so yeah, that was a fun time, and I guess we'll just keep on raiding every week. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'll just and but now that I'm done with this game, I can I can play other games, and then just I will just be on the in the in the in the tower waiting for the bat signal of the raid team, and then I'll see it and be like, all right, time to assemble or join up or whatever or something, whatever. But yeah, Destiny. My time is coming to an end, and I'm happy because man,
Well,
so many games I could have played in the 5,000 hours that I put into this game. But whatever.
Tekken, you should probably get Destiny 2.
Shut up, RPG.
I will remember you. That's what we're gonna play.
I'm not familiar with that song.
Let's see. So let's see. Besides that, the only other game I played was some Andromeda, but I didn't really play a lot. So
I don't believe it.
I haven't had a lot of time. I've only been playing the weekly Apex missions. So I've been doing that, and then I basically got all the trophy stuff done. So I just need like one more trophy to get the platinum. But I'm putting it off just because it's like I want to
Once you're
savor my
done, you're
time. What?
Yeah, I feel as you. 'Cause once you get a platinum, you're done. Like, everything's done. Everything's over, man. Game over. Game
Well,
over, man.
nope.
You can never play
I mean,
again.
it's. I mean, there's multiple. There's like many. Well, okay, there's like more than one reason though. Because it's like I mean, yeah, I'll have the platinum, but then it's like I have to play. Cause I'm crazy and I'm weird, so it's like I can't just like let it end on like
Are facts.
just I have to play through with each romance and then like have there's multiple endings. Like there's not multiple endings, but like there's a thing like at the end of the first Mass Effect when they're like, hey Shepard, who do you want to be the counselor? And it's like, dude, why did they have to put that in the game? Because it's a very long game, so it's like I had to play through the game. And then the first time I played through it, I didn't have a romance. There's a bunch of scenes that are air quote special scenes that you probably have if you have a romance that I didn't get to see. So I have to like see it again. But they're all but the game is so long, so it's like, dude, because it's such a long game to like. It's like yeah, it's gonna be a labor of love on my replays through this game. So basically, it's like I'll have my Tekken with PB, Tekken with Vetra, and Pet, and Tekken with Korra, and then we'll just have our lovely romance, and then I'm not gonna worry about the whole choice at the end thing, 'cause it's whatever. I'll just have like one of each, and then like just go with it, and be like whatever, dude. So, and I'll keep my initial playthrough of like the go F yourself people, because I've done enough pathfinding. I'm not a politician, okay? So you can have the Krogan as your representative. Suck on those apples, or whatever they say.
No one sucks on apples.
Well, they do in the year 2157. So
I sincerely doubt they do. I really
because my
doubt
writer
they
just
do.
made it up. And he's like, go suck on those apples. Nah.
Like, sir, no one does that, and no one has ever said that ever before. So please fix your sayings and come back when you find a better one.
So yeah, basically I have to. Well, I don't have to get 100%, but it's like it's gonna bug me because I'm like in my brain. I'm like, what if Andromeda 2 comes out and all this stuff gets imported over? Because it's like, dude. But then like on the bright side, it's like I don't have to like do everything with every class. So it's like I can just have one dude and then just like spread it out from like the romances and just go from there. And like whatever. I'll have all my romances going. Like right now, my main is PB because of what I said last time. And then
Who's PP?
did you say who's PP?
Like peanut butter?
That's her name.
No, her name is like really long.
It's like something, and then she's like, just call me PB or Peeps.
Ah,
Actually,
so
it's funny
call me
because her
peanut
emails
butter.
she ends them with Peeps, and it's like, oh, that's so cute.
Well,
Even
That's
shorter.
Adorbs.
Oh.
Adorbs.
But yeah, it's a fun ride, and I will be riding it over again and just soaking up all the Andromeda-ness. And then there's also the since they're like, oh, for the next 2 months we're going to be fixing the game, so 2 months later, update, I will play through as Sister Writer and then be like, oh, it's not Femship, but kind of, or I mean, well, it's definitely not Femship because there's a line in the game where if you choose a casual respawn, she's like gets all up in someone's face and she's like, I will f your ooh up, and it's like ooh,
Wow.
Femship wouldn't say that. I can't wait to share button that because it's like ooh, this is
She's like, I will F you in the B.
that's
I will
not
F
that
you
is
in the B
not
right now. It's like, bro,
that is
calm
not
down.
what
Right?
she's
It's like, calm down.
So I can't wait to share button that and be like, yeah, Pathfinder is like way more blah 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 than Spectre because they don't throw down like that. Oh, what's up in Sevens and Mass Effect Trilogy? What you guys say about that Pathfinder team? Oh yeah, that's right because you don't. But yeah. Oh, also the multiplayer dude. I gotta like since I'm totally just like sidelining Destiny and just like raiding on like with the raid team on like that one time a week. I can just put my time, that's all the part of the week, into the multiplayer and starting my grind for getting all the loots and characters and all the other sweet stuff I don't have because I haven't had time to play. And then once I finish Mad Max, I can do that even more, but I'll probably just play something else because I'm trying to get through my backlog, so yeah. But that is all I've been playing, I'm pretty sure.
It wasn't.
That's all I've been playing. Yeah, that's all I've been playing.
I was there.
Was that all I've been playing? I'm pretty sure it's all I've been playing. Was it all I've been playing? Yeah, it was.
I don't think you know.
Yep, that's all I've been playing.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Are you super sure?
I wanted to play that FMV game, I didn't buy it. I'm waiting until I get paid so I can be like, haha, I'm in my splurge zone. Let me splurge on these things. And then just go, blurr. And yeah.
Wow, chicka wow wow.
It's a long story, but basically, I've been saving up money for like a very long time, and there's like a there's like a threshold of like once I got there, I would totally just like start splurging, and like I'm almost there. I can feel it. Oh man, I'm so close, and just like yeah, it's great.
That's cool.
It's been a long time.
That's okay, crazy.
Isn't Tropical next, right? Tropical, you're next, right?
Yep.
Okay. What have you been playing?
Yeah, I had a dull gaming week. Or I mean, I felt it was exciting, but it's gonna sound really boring because all I played was Paragon.
Yeah.
In the face of all like Persona
There's like a ton
that
of games
I have,
there's
and
tons of games that have like come out recently.
yeah, it has been
It's
insane.
been a
year.
holiday avalanche, post-holiday avalanche confirmed.
Yep.
It's like Yakuza, Nier, Gravity Rush, Mass Effect, Zelda, Persona, Horizon. Yeah, just so many games.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Stabbing robot dinosaurs in the butt.
See, I've been doing really well. Like those new games, like I finished Horizon and I finished Mass Effect. Well, like I got to the credits, and it's like, oh, cool. So when I bought Persona, I was like, should I just do what I did with those and just sort of barrel through this thing? But I don't think that's possible. Yeah, it's just a long game. So
It really is.
But then I didn't even do that. I was just like paralyzed by embarrassment of riches, I guess. There's so many good games, and I want to play so many other ones too. And there's just like lots of I don't want to play. It's like Paragon. They revamped the quest system, so it used to be weekly quests that you completed, and they give you cards. And now there are 3 daily quests that if you complete them all, you get bonus stars, and stars are yet another currency
They're like stickers.
added to Paragon. Basically, like they introduced, so loot crates are like the MMO free-to-play thing, where they drop a loot crate and then they force you to buy keys, basically, and psychologically people feel like, oh, it's my loot crate, so of course I want to open it, and then they buy keys. But then they added something called chests, which are now the rewards for everything. Oops. And there's like 4 different tiers of them. They start at bronze ones and they go up to
Diamond.
diamond ones. And the daily quests, the star payouts, are what you use to level up the reward chest. So it starts at bronze, and then I think it's like 90 some keys or 90 some stars to get it up to a diamond. And you have 3 days to do it. And then after 3 days, it like pays out. So whatever you got it up to, I think, is just like what you get. So yeah, I was like, oh cool, new reward system. And then I tried it out and it's like I think you get less rewards now. I think there's just been like a lot of inflation as the rewards have gotten better, you get less of them. And it's like, oh, it's kind of a trap.
The cake is a lie.
But it's a delicious lie. In your mouth.
As opposed to...
Well... I'll tell you when you're older.
But yeah, having a lot of fun playing the game. Ouch.
Tropical, watch out.
Oh, also, side note, they might have been playing it this whole time, just saying.
We're totally not. We would never do something like that.
We're
totally playing right now. We're totally playing.
I wish we were streaming, but I don't think my internet could handle it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like, I've had a lot of fun just playing the game the past week, even though, like, now it feels like every game matters more or rewards wise. Like before, there was just like a daily reward chest. So if you played a game and you won, then you got a silver chest, and then really there was like no other reason to continue playing unless you wanted to like grind XP for your characters or whatever. So it was like a once a day thing. And like the weekly quests, yeah, they were more grindy, but I guess the amount I was playing, like even just one game a day, I would always get 2 or 3 of the quests done for the weekly quests. And they just give you cards, and I already have like a complete collection of cards, so there's no like a lot of the early rewards of the game are no longer valuable. And then with the stars, you get stars for every single game that you play. If you win, you get more. If you lose, you get far less. But then, like, they all pay towards like unlocking higher and higher tier chests. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. So playing more a day is now more meaningful than it was rewards wise. And then just like so the new character from 2 weeks ago, Morigesh, the voodoo lady, is super fun and still seems really powerful, and I'm not really sure if it's because she's unbalanced or it's because people just they're not careful when they fight against her. Because it like you can't really stay near her at all. If you stay near her too long, then she has like a poison move, and like in lots of games, like poison is super annoying. You think you've escaped, but actually you haven't. You run away and say, "Oh, ooh, I got away," and then suddenly you die because you were poisoned. And yeah, I've just been doing that to a lot of people, and it's been super, super fun to do. troll characters, we call them. We have
We got our
like
troll team.
any characters that have like global abilities that affect the game from anywhere on the map.
Troll team, a go go, go go. Yes, people must beware when we assemble the troll team, because there's no escaping it. There's no escaping it.
Pretty much. Like, yeah, you have to break your instinct to run away to play Paragon. Like Destiny, PvP Destiny, I ran away a lot, and that was the weird thing. Like in most shooters, like Call of Duty, you don't run for the most part. You just like try to outshoot them. But in Destiny, like, yeah, you got to run away sometimes. And so I was like, oh, cool. And then in this game, it's like sometimes like you're gonna want to run away, but you shouldn't. Like you have to stick it out and try to kill them. And if you don't, you still got 4 teammates who, if you're able to stay alive long enough, like they'll see it and be like, oh, I should go over there. And then they'll come over and find a bunch of really weak people. And it's like, yes, even though I died, I contributed. Oh. So yes, super fun. Excited to learn who the new character is tomorrow.
It's Revenant.
He's a gunslinger of some sort.
Yes.
So that's gonna be really cool.
He's not adorable though, so
I find actually I play better when I'm not like talking about the game. I can be talking, but if I'm like talking about strategy and stuff, I don't do as well. You would think it would be a concentration thing, but it's like, no, I can be talking about other stuff.
No, it goes back to your whole walking and eating at the same time thing. Psychological. It's like inside you now. You're like, I can't do both. I can't do both. I'm not allowed.
I don't think it's because of that. I think it's because
Totally
I don't
was.
have practice.
That's the excuse for going.
That's like 8
Excuse.
8 years of like practice that other people have, maybe that I don't have.
Walking and eat at the same time.
Walking and eating at the same time.
Sometimes I drive, walk, and eat at the same time.
Man.
Talent.
What have you been playing, RPG?
I don't think Tropical's finished.
No, that's all I've been playing.
Oh, get it together, Tropical.
Paragon is my game. It's my jam.
I had to use the jump pad one last time before we lose it.
Or maybe what are you playing right now, RPG? Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about, because we're totally not playing any games right now.
Then what are these jump pads you speak of?
Obviously, I'm talking about jump pads in real life, because that's a thing.
Are they? Really? How do they work? What do they do?
They make you jump.
Make you jump.
Like trampolines and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So yeah, jump pads. They're a thing.
It's like Reebok pumps.
Yeah, like Reebok pump. She's gonna neuro thingy you. Be careful.
You already did.
Oh. But yes, I have also been playing Paragon because it is a game that I have, so I have played it.
And quests. Yeah, we've been doing the quests, which are daily.
They're daily. They're daily, guys. So you have to play daily.
now I kind of have a sense of like RPG's work schedule.
That's how this works.
I've been playing a lot.
You have to play around my schedule. So I was almost late one day. I think I was still late though.
Yeah, no, you were definitely late that day. Because you said by 1 p.m. your time, and like we started another game with maybe 25 minutes to go.
It took so long to get into the
game. Is like
was
half
like,
an
oh,
hour to an hour, and
mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
we started. I was like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "We'll just have to force them to quit." Which, like, I understand how to do theoretically. Theoretically, but yeah, it's not easy to do.
Not as easy as you think. Yeah. Not as easy as you would think.
You just basically, yeah. I think I've said this a lot on the show. Like, people are weak.
Super weak.
You can demoralize them pretty easily, and then oftentimes that makes them quit like very early. It's like, that's how you do it. If you need to play a quick game, you got to demoralize them. And you don't even have to do it to the whole team. You do it to one person, and it's like such a team game that if one person leaves, then basically the rest of the team gets demoralized, and they're like, "Oh no, now we have to surrender too because we're down a person." We did not do it that time.
Did not. But it wasn't for lack of trying, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, speaking of teams quitting, Iron Banner was last week, and it was like my last Iron Banner because it was something for the book, and I was like, you know what, I'm effing done, and I got it, and I was like, yep, I'm not doing this ever again. So it was fun while it lasted, but yeah, Crucible, go for yourself. So yeah, it's all about that PvE Vanguard action.
It's all about that base.
RPG.
So yeah, Paragon.
Super
I'm playing
distracted.
lots of. Sorry, we're trying to save our inhibitor. I was like, had to focus. I had to focus. It's like I'm like super low on mana right now. I was like, I had to make sure I was paying attention to everything. I guess. But yeah.
Should this be a segment? Like, because I was thinking this could be a segment where it's like, because it's hard to talk when you're playing, but then I think it would be like more entertaining if we could think up. It's like a topic you know a lot about, but then we're asking really hard questions.
Like I can't.
And I couldn't think of like questions or a topic for any of us. But yeah, I think that'd be fun too. Anyway, carry on.
Yes. So, other than that, I have been playing a lot of Persona 5.
Also, RPG, just know if you don't know, we're kind of scooching closer to like conflict in the darkest timeline, so you might want to get on it with that. Just saying. We're just like one ICBM away. Just saying, on like multiple fronts.
I told you my sheer will is keeping us going. So I never finish this game.
And this is why I hear there can be miracles in my head.
Sheer will. Sheer will. So I'm 60 hours into the game now, and we just got our 6th character, I think. She just joined us in the current palace. So lots of fun stuff have been happening. I mean, I don't know about fun in the actual fun since all these kids have been traumatized. But I mean, it's fun because a little trauma helps build character. So they're good. They're good. But it seems like things might be getting out of hand for them because they gotten all popular and they're fancy thieves and all that fun stuff and shenanigans are going on. But I've been enjoying it so far. I also like that they like the social links in this one are like more useful this time around. In the previous game, they basically were just around just so you can get like bonuses when you're fusing other personas and stuff. So you get like extra based on if they were the same. Tarot thingy as your social link, but this time around you actually get like special abilities and stuff from like boosting up your social link. So like the politician guy that you talk to, his as you increase his, it like helps you with demon negotiations and like making you get more money out of them or better items or making them join you easier and stuff like that. Or like the one girl who's like the strategist for like she's like some shogi champ or whatever, so it's like it lets you do things like switch your party members out in the middle of battle and like do like backup attacks and stuff for people who aren't like actually in the active party. They can do like follow up attacks and stuff. So it's cool. So it's like they're actually useful this time around instead of just like, hey, I'm just talking to you for funsies because that's how our link works. But now it's like they actually provide benefits and stuff, and all the characters are pretty amusing, even considering all the crap they've gone through. So it's been a fun time, and also demon negotiation is added to the series again. So there's also that because that was usually just a main series thing, but I guess they were just like, nope, we're bringing it back, guys. We're bringing it back. So that's good. That's good. Other than that, I mean, it's like I've been enjoying it so far. Like I said previously, it's like super stylish and everything, and it's like it's just so pretty
Yeah, it
to
was
look
really
at.
weird. Like I watched one review and they just like were like gushing over the menus and the animations
Because
of the
because
transitions,
it's like yeah, it's like surprising,
the
like it's
small
ridiculous. Like
things.
it's like you'd be surprised, like the things like that. It's just like man, this is like so cool, and it's just like things they didn't do in the previous. I mean, like they kind of did like try to do styly things with the previous ones, but I guess like with the power of the consoles now they can really go all in on it. So it's like just stuff that they just did, like even tiny things. It's just like so cool. There's one thing that kind of caught me off guard because like there was one of the or one of the characters that joins you as your navigation person, like they do in all the games, where it's like basically like the support person. But it's like it threw me off because like the screen does like this glitchy thing when she uses one of her abilities, and it caught me off guard the first time. So I thought like the game broke, but I was like, oh no! But then it turned out it was just like her doing like her moral support ability. So she like the screen will do like this weird glitchy thing, but then it'll like show her inside of her persona like typing up stuff and like doing like status posts and stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool. So it's like it's just great. Just so stylish and everything. It's lovely, just lovely. So. But yeah, it's apparently super long because, like I said, I'm 60 hours in and we're still getting party members. So, yeah, yeah. And this is usually around the time where like the actual story starts kicking in, which it seems like it is doing because now they're worried about some rival Phantom Thief person. But I don't know, man. We shall see how that goes. Things are getting scary, man. So, but that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Okie dokie.
We don't know what it's called, but it's coming.
Yeah. Let's see, what can we call it? Hmm.
Unbreak my pixels.
Unbreak my pixels.
Hmm.
Well, that's not. Anyway, it has no title. We will come up with one unless someone comments and comes up with one for us. But basically,
Nevermore, man. Nevermore. But I don't know. We can't really. Can we call it? Because it's. Wait, the previous ones. I mean, we didn't really have like they weren't like game-related titles to the
Oh,
segments.
you're right. They weren't.
I mean, we can just make up a title. Like, what's something for like when you've like lost love or something, or like the one that got away or something. I don't know. That doesn't work because it's like you intentionally broke up with this one, so it's not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
So yeah, are you gonna intro this job tickle?
Oh, you are.
Okay.
I think it sounds better with you.
So yeah, throughout the years when you're playing games and stuff, you might come across something and be like, oh man, I really like this. But then as time goes on, the fun ends, and it's like, I don't know, it's not as good as it was when it first started, and I just don't enjoy it anymore. And then I don't know if I can keep doing this to myself, and I just gotta stop. And we can't do this anymore. And it's like, no, I'm sorry, no more. And then you and said game or publisher or developer or genre or console manufacturer are just like, you're on the outs because, once upon a time you were a thing and it was great. It's like, oh man, I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. It was the best. But then something happened and everything changed, and that was the end of that. And it's like, oh, well, so much for that. And then all you have are your memories of the times you had that were great and how those are no longer the great times you have. And it's just like, oh, I think about that and I just want to throw up and just be like, bleh. So,
Oh,
just like Squall in Final Fantasy 8. In his
just
thoughts.
like Squall in Final Fantasy. Don't think that's what he wanted, but yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So, we're just going to go over some memories that are a bit sour. Maybe they get sweet, but then they get sour again. Who knows? But, yeah. So,
It could
Break my heart.
say you love me again.
And then the title would show up. All right,
Yes.
let's do this.
so,
If we had a title anyway, I should say. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, there's so. Okay, I guess there's not so many for me.
You have so many.
I feel like there are so many. It's like it's
You
really
do- you
weird.
do have a
'cause,
lot.
Like, at one point, it's like Tekken was an all welcoming ship of like if you want to ride Tekken's ship, you can ride anytime. I don't
Oh my,
care.
just let anybody on.
Yep, just let anybody on.
Just let anybody on.
And then I turn into like some sort of like genre snob of like you know what? No, get away from me, you MOBA. Get away from me, you desktop tower defense. Get away from me, you puzzle game. Well, not all puzzle games, but some of them are just like go after yourself. And then I guess sports games go after yourself. And then PvP go after yourself. Like I mean, I used to be all about that Call of Duty, but now it's like go after yourself, Call of Duty. I hope you go die in a fire or something.
Oh my.
And then yeah,
Dumpster fire, maybe?
maybe. So let's see where to start. I mean, I could start with Nintendo, but it's like they'll have their day in court. It's a really long storied relationship with them. So it's like let's just keep it simple today. So in the olden times, I used to really like sports games, and like every year I'd be like, Mom, I want you to get me Madden or NBA Live on whatever console I have every year.
Mom, I love garbage. Please feed me more.
Hey,
That's what you were
hey,
saying
in my
to your
defense, okay, at the time, young Tekken was a young blossoming professional basketball player in the making to grow up and play the NBA. That did not happen, but in some alternate dimension,
Aren't you like super short?
that's not important RPG. Doesn't matter how short you are, okay? That has nothing to do with it and stuff.
Sometimes it kind of does.
Anywho,
It kind of does.
Point guard.
actually,
I
it was a
mean, I
point guard
guess.
article, so yeah, that's
Well, you had to be.
whoa,
Once again,
whoa.
sure. Just went over that.
Hey, anywho,
Power forward Tekken. Yeah.
I recommend.
let's see. When did it all abruptly end?
Come crashing down.
Oh man, there's so many games, and it's like if you're only getting that one game, and it's like there's no story, there's no character development, there's no amazing plot twist or plot development, or it's just
You
I'm
lost
just-
the game.
I'm just
You lost
starting
the
it
big
up.
game, Tekken. You lost the big game.
and I guess that's what it was, It's like I needed more out of the medium. I couldn't just sit here and do these things. I guess this is like going to be like a recurring story because this is probably like thinking about it now. It's like this is probably why I grew tired of like the Call of Duty crap. It's like it's just the same thing over and over. But hey, sometimes I just want to eat pizza every day, and I'm gonna eat pizza. And even if I'm throwing up, and it's just like, oh, this is making me sick. I can't live with myself like this, but I can't stop. It's so good.
Quit you. I cannot quit you.
Yeah, sometimes I just can't quit you. So I just didn't know. At the time, just young Tekken, not knowing any better. And then slowly but surely, just amazing games. They just come out and it's like, wow, what's this thing? Oh my, I've never played something like this before. What? I get to sneak around on some military installation in Alaska and there's like clones and viruses and giant robots. What? I love robots. And then,
It does. It really does.
There's like some group of characters, you get to like know them and love them, and they're like stopping the meteor from crashing into the planet, and there's a whole thing about this life stream, and if you die, you're part of the planet. It's like, what? No way. It's amazing. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. And then go back to play my sports games, and I'm just like, this just doesn't do it anymore. It's just, I feel dead inside. It's not the same.
Wait, really? It was Final Fantasy VII?
No, I'm just saying tropical. That's like an analogy. I'm sure there's. I can't remember like what game specifically, but it's like once you're like once the bar is like that high and it just keeps going higher and higher and higher, and then you're just like, oh, let me go play a sports game. And it's just like, it just doesn't even register on the bar. It's just like on the meter. It's like, oh, let me compare the power levels here. Just like, this is when, oh, my scouter just broke. Oh,
there were over 9,000.
Let me register this sports game. Oh, I'm barely getting a pulse here. It's dead inside. Why are you playing this Tekken? It's a waste of time. It's like, oh, terrible. So
Do you remember the last sports game you played, or what generation, what console it was, or anything like that?
Cool. I'm not done with the story, dude. Okay, let me continue the story, and I'll get to you.
My.
Okay. Anyway, so
Good job. We'll be patient. Jeez. Tale of heartbreak takes time.
So there's a long drought in Tekken's life where it's like, you know what, F sports games. I don't care about sports games. F them. I would always reminisce about the good times we had and be like, man, boom shakalaka MJ Jam, that was such a fun time. I'm on fire. Whoosh, NBA hang time. Alley-oops. Oh, team fire. Oh, it's so fun. And then, I was like, yeah, maybe there's a space in Tekken's lovingly large, welcoming heart to be like, if you've got the right stuff to be... What was that, RPG?
That's a medical condition.
Oh, well, anyway, if you're a sports game out there with the right stuff of we've got some arcadiness to us, and it's just about the fun, shooting, passing, having fun, scoring, doing points and stuff. Yeah, it goes back to, I guess that's what it is maybe distance does make the heart grow fonder, and all this time away was I had time to reflect and be like, I kind of miss it maybe, even though I don't, but, oh, it's fun every now and then, but just for a short thing, just a short thing. I got to go to the thing and do the thing, and oh, that was fun. And so after many years had passed, and I was like, you know what, it's all about the story, it's all about the characters. F anything else. It's all about the sweet immersion I get from when I'm playing video games. It's all about that character interaction, story development, plots, and all that story-focused, story-first stuff. And then one day, I was looking on the PlayStation Store, and I was like, what's this game? Oh, I don't really like the sport anyway. F baseball. But then it was just it was so fun looking, and I was like, this looks fun, and I like fun things. And it's been such a long time, it's been a long drought in my heart. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance. Super Mega Baseball. And I did. And I was like, oh, this game. Oh my goodness. It was like the good old times. I was just throwing pitches and doing stuff with my bat and swinging, and yeah, it was fun, simple times. Nothing too complicated, and a nice pick up and play when I don't have 12 hours to just crack out on something. And I was like, this fills a void in my heart. And you know what, sports games, I might have been a bit too harsh on you. And that's cool, because now we're back together in a small way, but a very specifically small way, because F all the other sports games if you're not some super arcadey, cutesy looking, sweet art style game like Super Mega Baseball or NBA Jam on Fire Edition, or any of that cool stuff where it's pick up and play, couple minutes here, couple minutes there, got it on my system, and yeah, I can just keep on going and not get bogged down by some stupid manager mode, or let me create my player and play through entire seasons. Dude, Tekken ain't got time for that. Okay, so it's I don't have time for these long engagements of commitment I need to put time into. It's just a small fling, like Super Mega Baseball. Let's do this for five
The one
minutes.
night stand.
Come over here, and like have a little fun, and that's all it is. Because that's all I need from you sports games. But we're able to like mend the wound that was made over a very long time, and I may not be completely on the sports game fence, but we're back and we're having fun times, and that's. It's probably never gonna get more than that, but it was yeah.
Are never, ever, ever getting back together.
It may not be what it was before, but it's better than nothing. So yeah, gotta take what you can get, I guess. So yeah, I'm after a very long hiatus from the genre, and break up season or whatever. It's good to say, I did find a place in my heart for sports games after a long somewhat troubled relationship. But we're back together. We're somewhat back together on the side every now and then for like 5 minutes, whatever. But
Oh my gosh, that's your side piece? Oh my goodness. This is getting scandalous.
But that's the story of me and sports games, and now once upon a time, young Tekken was all like, yeah, all about that, and then he wasn't about that. But then he had a little taste a long time later, and he's like, you know what? I still like it, even if it's only for 5 minutes. So yeah,
Oh my.
just like that.
Just like that. Tell me more.
So I'm really looking forward to Super Mega Baseball 2, and then for some reason on my PS4, like the game doesn't run; it always crashes. So I'm hoping it actually runs. So please make that work, team that made that game, because what the off? Maybe if I put it on the external drive, it might work. I guess we'll see. But that's my story on this week's whatever the name of this segment will be. We still don't know what the name is of me and sports games, because I used to be like F 'em, and now I'm still like F 'em, but I'm like, there's an exception, I guess there's maybe not always an exception, or not, we'll see. Because some genres have not found an exception to, but we'll have to wait until another time for that story. You know who you are. Genre or game that I'm not going to name.
Please name it. I want to hear. I want to know.
RPG, you told Tropical to be patient, so now you're going to be patient and wait.
I don't want to be patient.
Too bad.
I want to know
You're
everything.
not, so you're not going to know.
I want to know everything. Is it Horizon Zero Dawn?
No, it's not. No, it is not. It's also your turn RPG to go with the game or whatever that you fell out of love with.
Guys, this is going to be a tale
Is it
of
Sonic?
heartbreak,
Is it Sonic?
and it's going to be a rough one.
Is
It's
it Sonic?
going to be a rough one.
Oh man, I can't wait.
It all began back in the Sega Genesis.
Yes. Sorry.
Back in those days, it's like things are simpler. You just plugged in a cartridge, and then all of a sudden, a blue hedgehog would run across your screen. And you'd be like, hey, I got a little character to me because, I got an attitude. I'm like that plumber. You know the one I'm talking about. That plumber that other company has. He doesn't have any character. So I was like, this guy right here, he's a keeper. He's a keeper. But boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I so wrong. It started off okay. We spent hours and hours together, just running back and forth, collecting rings. Well, I mean, collecting and losing rings, because I was that great at the game back in the day. But, it was fine. It was fine for the time. Just enjoyed it, and then eventually he started to add friends. And it's like, oh, it's getting exciting. Like I think I like this. So yeah.
Group stuff.
We had group stuff. But then it got to be too much. And then there was a giant purple cat. And it was just like, all right, kind of got to draw the line here, sir. I don't know how I feel about this, but he just kept going. He's like, sorry, man, I got that need. It's like we gotta bring it. We need to reel it in a little bit. Gotta reel it in, but he's like, nah, I can't stop. So then he added new dimensions, and I was just like, this is all right. I need to get off this ride. I need to get off, but he's just like, you can't. You're already in now. You're already in. So you're in it for the long haul.
You're in too deep.
So of course,
RPG.
But of course, I kept going. I was just like, maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll be like the old times. But no, it kept getting worse. He started growing more hair, becoming a werewolf or whatever. Started traveling into books, fighting knights. I was like, you're just not making any sense anymore. Just not making any sense anymore. But just kept going and going, and I kept sticking by him, thinking, maybe the next one will be the one. Maybe the next one will be the one. But it wasn't the one, guys. It wasn't the one. So eventually, I just had to call it quits, and I was just like, listen, it's not you, it's me, but it's definitely you. It's definitely because you just wouldn't stop. I tried to be nice about it, but then you started adding Big the Cat to stuff, and he was awful. Then you started these 3D forays, and they were awful. And it's just like you just didn't listen. You just didn't listen. So for a while, you just stopped. He tried various things to try to get me to come back, even in RPG, and I was like, oh, nice try. But no, nah, not falling for it. Not falling. So I skipped out on it. Skipped out on many games after that. But then Sonic Colors happened. I was like, huh. The Wii hasn't had any games for like a long time. That's a story for another time, because that's a breakup story waiting to happen too. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. Gonna give it a try. And then the spark came back. But then I made the mistake of allowing it to come back because they didn't stop there. Stop there. More games came. They were all awful, of course. But I was like, you know what? Maybe it's just a mistake. I mean, maybe Sonic Colors can happen again, guys. Maybe it can happen again. And it did, because Generations happened. And then I was like, you know what? See, this could work. This could work. But it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. They pull you back in just to hurt you again. And then I think there's like a new Sonic game coming out soon, and I'm like, should I go back? Should I? But then I found new games. I found new things to fill that void. And I don't know if I want to go back because I don't think I plan to. I don't think I plan to. So I think we might be done. Me and Sonic might be done. I mean, Sega still has me kind of, because they keep on throwing out those little Valkyria Chronicles every once in a while. Like, hey, look what we got over here. Look what we got over here. I keep falling for it, but eventually I will resist the pull of Sega and be completely done after Valkyria Revolutions is out. But then after that, though, definitely done. Definitely done. Because I can't keep up this whole abusive relationship I have with Sega. It's just too much. It's just too much. And then I found Atlas, and then Sega took them away from me too. They're just like, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. So I was like, this is fine. This is fine. I'm stuck. They won't let me go because they're just like, no. I was so in the clear. I actually don't even know how they managed that, because I was like, I could have sworn, like, weren't they like bankrupt or something at one point? How'd they do this? So it's like they're intent on keeping me no matter what I do, because that was a smart move on their part, because it's like they know I'm not gonna leave Atlas. I'm never gonna leave Atlas. So they're kind of like that. They're like that pimp that you wanna break free from, but they're just like, no. It's not that easy. So yeah. So I mean, it's a very rocky relationship right now, but maybe one day I'll get out. Maybe one day I'll be able to break free. Maybe Atlas will do something terrible, but I doubt it. So I'm stuck. Guys. I'm stuck. But yeah, that was my first one. But I'll let Tropical go ahead and go with his story before we go into any more tales of heartbreak and sadness.
Man, I don't have anything. I'm like thinking about it. It's like I've never been burned that way. I mean, I think anyone and Sonic, they can relate. But like, I was never super into Sonic, so yeah, maybe I guess I just haven't been that into any of them. Or the ones that I have been into, they've just been in the modern era when stuff isn't like super bad
You
in the
could
follow up.
tell. Did you have an Xbox 360 Tropical?
I did,
You could
but I
tell.
never like loved it, you know?
Well, you could tell the story of how like why you left them behind and why you never go back because we all know that's not gonna happen. Just saying. TV Sports. Just saying.
True.
It's like you thought they were, they came along, they were promising, they had potential, and then they just completely betrayed you, and they were like, "You're going down a path I can't follow you, Anakin. Why? No, you're breaking my heart."
Yeah, Microsoft was a trap. They were a trap too.
Also,
Yeah.
another time for them.
Because I got a free console out of that. And then they're just, hey, look at this game over here, that good old Lost Odyssey. Yeah, we got RPGs too. Yeah. And I was like, fool me once, man. Fool me once. But I finally broke free of them, though, so it's okay.
And then Scalebound, because you're like, I like these dragons. Oh man.
It's true. I was like, give me all the dragons.
And they're like, we ain't got no dragons because we killed them all. It's canceled. And then yeah.
Because they were going to lure me back in, but they were just like, LOL. We were just kidding. We were just trying to see if we could get you again. And I was like, why? Why Microsoft? We used to be cool. We used to be cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, I bought a 360 because it came out first, and I did like Halo, the original trilogy. But that's not really a betrayal or anything. It's just like it changed hands, and obviously it was different, and it was like very different. And
What are you talking about, Tropical?
Yeah,
They totally just like bought that from Bungie, and they're like, ha ha ha, we can do whatever we want now. Yes, money, dear boy,
yeah,
money.
changed hands.
With
I
their
mean,
evil
there was
money.
like other stuff, but that's not surprising. The whole time it was always like, oh yeah, Microsoft bought that one, and they paid for that one, and that was big news, right? They spent a bunch of money on Grand Theft Auto's expansion stuff, Grand Theft Auto 4, to have that appear first on 360. Yeah, when was it?
That was their SOP
When did I-
question.
Started to leave X3. Well, I mean, I know the moment that it ended was TV Sports. That was just like, this makes no sense to me at all. Like, where are you guys going? And I think it was like Colin Moriarty, formerly of Kind of Funny. His analogy was like, this council race is like one, they're starting the race, and at the end one of them will finish and the other one will just be lost in the woods. And like, I feel like that's what happened. Like, we got to Xbox One and I was like, this makes no sense at all. And that was like in the middle of people abandoning cable. Like, I didn't have cable anymore. I was like, cable makes no sense at all. Like,
It really doesn't.
with Hulu and Netflix, and like, that's kind of becoming like cable if you subscribe to a lot of them. But it's just like, there is no reason to get 20 sports channels in the middle of 80 channels, 5 of which maybe I watch, and 3 of them are over-the-air channels anyway.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
And then they came out as like, yeah, this box, you connect it to your cable box, and then was it? Ho, 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 ho. I don't have a cable box, so like, what am I gonna do with this? And yeah, it felt super corporate motivated. It was like, oh, we don't care about you. Like, this is about us. We're telling you, we are sharing our excitement about our future.
But sir,
Please give us your money.
don't you care about the gamers? And they said, moo ha ha We only care about money.
Ruse!
And then they put on their monocle and their top hats, and they were like, money, money. And then they
And
jumped into their vaults of gold coins.
it was like online only. Like, why? Like, how is that good for us? And I was like, no more used games for us though. So woohoo!
Like,
Basically, none of it made sense. And at that point, like, well, it was really the online only thing where it just became, this is totally about our corporate interests. We don't care about you at all. And at that point, I was like, well, then no one should buy this. I'm going to actually actively go out and tell people not to buy it. Whereas before, like 360, I was just like, it's all right. There are some games I like on it, but yeah, like, you should. All these people would say to me is like, oh yeah, it's weird that you know so much more about games than we do, and yet you choose the PS3. And I was like, doesn't that tell you something?
I mean, it's like, guys, logic. We're not doing that. No logic anymore. Cool.
It's like, that makes no sense to me. So yeah, like the moment that's pretty obvious. But as for like, when did I decide that PS3 would be better?
What wooed you over?
I don't even think it was like.
Did it give you flowers? Just like, hey,
oh,
you got cookies.
In fact, when it came out, I could not find a 60 gig. So I think I had a 20 gig that I had. So, I had this small hard drive, so I had to replace it.
Mm-hmm.
So even in the beginning, it was rough. In fact, my first PS2 was like, I was 5 away from getting it after waiting in line in the wee hours of the morn, and then I eventually bought one from some dude who was probably a scalper, so I probably paid more for it.
Was he like in a van?
No, it was on a bulletin board in the dorm.
Oh.
And I was like, ooh, I do want that, even though it costs more, but I do want it. And also, I already bought games and stuff and accessories for it.
Like, come into my room, young naive tropical. Yeah. I have things you might enjoy.
Wow, how did that go down? I don't even remember how I got it.
And then he woke up the next day and was like, what happened?
At least I got a PS2.
Awkward.
Is it Red Ring? Could it have been Red Ring? No, I didn't have Red Ring till way later. And I wasn't like entirely convinced that the 30% failure rate was true. Because that seems kind of ridiculous. Did they ever prove that? Was it actually true?
Who knows?
I don't think they ever proved it. It was just that Microsoft like did that policy where it's like, you know what, dudes, we'll just cover everybody. F it.
It was a lot.
Because they put out the elites that had the better chips in them. So.
I don't know. Like, I think it probably has to do with, like, at some point, and it's obvious to everyone now, but at the time, like, I just got a subconscious sense that there was sort of a sameness to everything on 360. I was like, oh, this one is a first-person shooter, and this one is a third-person shooter. But they all star, like, Space Marine type characters. And it was like that shooter culture.
To me, it was like the era when I think like around Uncharted 2. But I don't remember like exactly. I know like when you're talking about chapter because I remember like specifically on the podcast I mentioned this and like I totally predicted it because like you could like tell that they were running out of steam and they're just like doing the same thing over and over again. Because in like I think it was probably like after Gears 2 or something.
It was I remember before that though. I was already like leaving the 360 train. I was like, this isn't. Because I remember thinking, it was near the end, right, when it sort of became like Connect was
Yeah.
their big first party push,
Yeah.
and then everything else was just like. But yeah, like PlayStation, even as early as things like Heavenly Sword, I thought like, well, that was really amazing. And I remember thinking like, 360 games, like upcoming lineup doesn't excite me, and it was always, it might be because at the time it was still, we had just come off the PS2, so like Japanese games were still the king. And so when they had like Devil May Cry 4 and Resident Evil 5, I think is the one, and just like Japanese Capcom games, and they were like announcing them on PS3, it's like, oh, this seems like the more exciting console. And then I think that, yeah, that was probably like the start of it, and then it became when they were like showing the stuff. So like when Uncharted 2 came out, when God of War 3 came out, and like all the first party stuff started being like really interesting, and like all these are coming from the same company who, yes, granted they have lots of different developers, but they're like funding lots of different stuff that's coming out. Whereas, yeah, Xbox is like, well, if you want different stuff, you play Fable. It's like, Fable is okay, but I don't know. And then people were like really crazy about Oblivion, and I was just like, well, yeah, I guess I was still in the mindset of the Japanese games are amazing. And then, yeah, I guess that's how it started. So those events sowed the seeds, and then the Xbox One reveal ended it all.
Okay. Which makes sense because it's like that was just an awful presentation.
It was. I don't think it was just the presentation. Like the TV sports thing, it sort of came after. I mean, I guess if you were paying attention, it's like, huh, yeah, they didn't talk about any games, or they sort of mentioned them in passing, but it really was like the always online rumor that they didn't address at all as they talked about TV and sports. And then when they did address it, they were just like, oh yeah, but it's okay if you don't have online, you can just buy a 360. It's like there are other choices in the world. It's like this is how like crazy you are now. Like you think people go out and it's like, I just want to buy an Xbox. It's like, well, do you have online or not? Because if you do, you buy Xbox One, and if you don't, then you buy a 360. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever go back.
You probably won't.
There was a time like when they started reversing everything, and I was just like, well, now I don't recommend against it. I'm just like, I think that PS4 is better, but it's not the like anti Xbox One that I was in the very beginning.
It should be.
But it feels like, well, no, yeah, it's that thing that we've talked about a lot, where it's like there are too many games on any single console that I find it hard to see myself playing other systems at all. Just, comes down to there are a finite number of hours in the day and a finite number of days. Time is scarce, so
You're getting too deep. You're getting too deep, man.
And yeah, like the game I've been playing the most costs no money, so.
And it has really good grass, just saying. If you're 4K display.
I know.
They even have flowers in them apparently.
Yeah.
Which he got all
For the
excited
season,
about it.
they
And I was
added
like, "There's
flowers
no
and weeds, and I was like, it looks like my lawn.
sigh." I was like, well, we don't have
Paragon
flowers
grass
of
returns.
flowers. I feel cheated. So now I'm gonna have to leave Paragon. Here's my breakup. It all started.
Or,
Tempura.
you could also say they don't have VR.
Uh, I don't get it.
Yeah. I guess it would have to be really cheap, or Scorpio's gonna have to be super, super amazing. And by that I mean it has to have like stuff that I really want to play,
So it won't.
and it's hard to imagine what that would be right now.
Nothing.
Well, like for example, Horizon. Like, would you have, based on Horizon Zero Dawn and knowing who the developer was?
Hmm.
So you know nothing. You just know the title, and you know maybe that first trailer.
If I was told that you can stab robot dinosaurs in the butt, y'all, like we're doing this, and I bought it because it happened. So
I think, yeah, like something like that is really rare. We
haha,
buy a lot
rare.
of games sort of based off
The,
of
the company that they screwed over. That
Don't
also
find anything like that from Rare. Oh, zing!
zing,
Like,
zing,
we-
zing.
we buy games kind of based off like developer pedigree, and then also like subject matter, I guess.
Potential.
Yes.
Subject potential. And so, like these big games that we've bought recently, Mass Effect is because of the franchise. Horizon, I think, yeah, based solely on itself. Like the more they showed, and that was really crazy with Horizon. Like it always felt like there's nothing more for you to show, and then they show something. It's like, now I
They're just
want
like,
it more.
"Oh, watch this."
It's like, that is
And
ridiculous.
then you played it, and you're like, they were only scratching the surface. Oh my gosh!
Like, it's super. I
There's
think
so much
that's
more here.
super rare. I can't imagine that happening all the time. Like Persona, obviously, is the franchise. Nier is not the franchise. I don't know why that one.
That was platinum, dude. That was like, you know what?
So,
This looks
developer pedigree.
It's like yeah, it was like a pedigree, and then like there's more to this, and it looks really good.
Well, part of
So
it
it's
is like Nier was one of those games that kind of became a cult classic after the fact, because it's like a lot of people had initially like discounted it because they're just like, oh, the combat is clunky, this is awful, and all these other things. But then,
The only thing I remember was someone wrote about like the fishing,
and also
it
fish.
was like very mocking.
the only thing I remember was the glitch that raced your hard drive.
But
Well,
then,
wasn't that on purpose?
no, that there's an ending that erases your save file on
Oh,
purpose,
not your hard drive.
not your entire hard drive. But yeah, it's like, but then like people played it later and they were like, you know what? I can appreciate this garbage because there's some hidden gems inside of it. Once in a while, you find a half-eaten hot dog, and it gets you through the night. So then people were just like, "Huh, let me check this out," and they were like, "This weird action RPG bullet hell thing going on. You know what? It's not completely terrible. Let me go ahead." So then it started to get a cult following, and then Platinum jumped in when they were just like, "Hey guys, we're Platinum, we're amazing," and then everybody was just like, "All right, I'm in."
Yeah,
And
all I needed from me was like the platinum, because it's like I hadn't played a platinum game in a while, and the one thing they showed at E3 or whenever, when it's just like, that looks really good and weird. Yeah, that's all I need, Japanese weirdness, and that's what I got. And I was like, dude, I've not played it. It was like, yeah, yep, and just yep. Those 30 hours were amazing. It was great. Doobie, I love you. I guess you'll learn.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Awkward silence.
I guess, yeah, that's my story then.
Okie dokie.
Not as exciting. I felt like we should have ended on RPGs because that was amazing. Or ended on a love story. But I was thinking, it's like, oh, I don't think I have one of those either.
I just thought like a semi similar thingy is you could do like a missing persons report of like, you know, where have they all gone? And it's like, you know, arcades, where have they all gone? Or like the last time I played some sort of game that they don't make a lot of anymore. Where have they all gone? Oh.
Well, we will work on it, including the title. Yeah, I think we should just come up with songs and then come up with topics that fit what the songs are saying.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with it.
Like
Just
the
for
one you
guys
have stuck in
listening,
your head. I
went
want
through the
that one.
trouble of like looking up the top breakup songs and then trying to choose the thingy afterwards. It's like, so we spent like what, like a good hour
Maybe.
looking up breakup songs
It was
just
great.
to figure out what we were gonna do for our segment. So yeah, that's how you be productive, people. That's how you be productive.
All right, news. We've been gone for 2 weeks, so do we have more news than normal, or is it just this week's news?
Nah, so the big thing last week was the reveal of Scorpio specs, right?
I think
Don't
so,
get me
yeah.
Or was that even further ago?
That was last week.
I think it was last week. Yeah.
Yeah, so they revealed and well, yes, it's more powerful than PS4. It's but then or PS4 Pro, sorry. But really it's sort of the same same type of deal, I guess. It's basically a 4K version of the current console. Although I think there's going to be a big VR push, possibly, for it.
Damage optical. Look what you caused.
And they haven't really talked about any of that. So, yeah, it's more RAM, it's faster processor stuff, it's got custom parts. So,
Yeah,
I
that
think
was super weird. Like each one is different, isn't it? Like that.
one.
Isn't there like some piece on the motherboard that like each one is like a different thingy than like any other one for like the processor or something?
I may not have read in depth
Oh, I watched
as you then.
I watched the Digital Foundry video
Oh.
where they talked about it.
Yeah, I guess that's also part of the news. Like Digital Foundry, before it was really like it was. The first time you heard of pixel counting, it probably was Digital Foundry, and that wasn't that long ago. And now they're like, I guess the go-to source for all like technical stuff in games. Like no one else is really writing about them. Some places have tried to do face-offs in the way that Digital Foundry does, where they compare like multi-platform games, but like they're just not as I guess technical as Digital Foundries are. But yeah, like they got the exclusive reveal of the specs, and they've just been doing lots of stories. Like the thing that they think is really cool is that the Project Scorpio, whatever it's going to be called, supports FreeSync, or it's basically AMD's G-Sync, which is NVIDIA's thing. Whereas, like, so right now, the reason that a game has to output like 60 or 30 frames per second is because that divides evenly into the frame rate of the screen itself. And so every time a frame is done drawing inside the console, like it's sort of synchronized to the refresh rate of the screen. So that's why it seems smooth. It's like every frame is going up at the right time. But then when a game engine can't hold that timing, then either you get stuttering because like they have to, it's like, well, this frame isn't ready, so they just put up the previous one, and then it's just uneven frame pacing, or they can allow the screen to tear. So it's like, well, we've only drawn half of this screen, so we'll put half of the new screen up, and then the bottom will just be the old screen. and then you get tearing. And with FreeSync, basically monitors and TVs will support such that the console will tell the screen when to refresh. And so it doesn't have to be locked to these frame rates that like current TVs operate at. It can be like smoother at other frame rates. And I think it's gonna be the first console that supports that. Although not many TVs, I don't think any TVs support it now. If you want to use that, you would need a computer monitor of some sort. Anyways, so that's Scorpio stuff. They seem really excited. They say the reason they made it is to win back developers. So maybe.
About that. About that. Developers don't want it anymore. They quit you. They quit you already.
The only other really big thing that I remember is that Nintendo officially came out and announced that they have discontinued the NES Mini. Despite it, like, I've never seen one before. I've never seen one in stores, and I have even less seen one in person. But yeah, they're just like, nope, it's super popular, but we're done. And people are like, why? Why do you hate your fans, Nintendo?
See, it was weird because, like, in the press, or not the press release, but like whoever they were talking to that like said something when they asked them about that recently. They said something about like they either said like for this volume or for this season we're done making them or something. So it made it seem like they'd come back with them later on or something. From like, what I read, I was like, But then there's like rumors about the mini SNES, so I'm like Super Nintendo version of this. But then it's like it's gonna be the same thing. It's just it's kind of annoying because it's like you know that they're gonna do the same thing of like it's gonna be supply restricted. So it's like why even? I'm kind of over it. So I don't really.
Well, not only that, I think like the licenses for like their more popular games are owned by somebody else.
Yeah, there was like lots of different theories. It's like maybe the licenses are up, or like certain companies that had licensed games to this thing, they were like surprised that it did as well as it did, and then they wanted to renegotiate and get better like cuts, and Nintendo was like no. But then that seems sort of weird. Like Nintendo did not, they didn't have these like strongman type contracts like the way they usually do, where they own everything. Is like it doesn't matter, like you already signed the contract, so we're making gobs of money and we don't care about you. Another theory is that they're about to launch like Virtual Console on Switch, and they're like, we can't be selling NES games out on a console if we want to sell Switches and have like people buy NES games on that. So no more NES Mini. And then the other rumor is that production has already switched over to SNES Minis, which are supposed, like, I think it was Eurogamer. They have a source that says, yeah, that's coming out this holiday. Who knows? It does kind of suck. I just sort of want one, and now I guess I have no choice. They made the choice for me. I don't get to have one.
It's just not buy one.
Yeah, I just wanted the controller thingies that you could put into the Wiimote, but then it's like I don't even know if they still have those anymore.
Also difficult. Everything was discontinued.
Yeah, I was just like,
so if you can find
whatever.
it,
it's whatever.
Yeah,
I'm over it. It's like I have plenty of modern games that are much better than these old retro games to play. So
yes, indeed.
Pass on that.
Oh, actually, some good news for Nintendo is that they sold, was it 2 point something million Switches
2 million.
in a month?
At least 2 million. Yeah, but to me, it's like I'm a bit skeptical because it's like that was the launch month, so it's like, dude, I want to see a
Well, no, the
longer.
good news is like it's amazing that they had that many at launch.
Yeah, seriously. I was about to
This is
say.
Nintendo. Every time it's like, oh yeah, you can't find them. And yes, you can't find Switches right now. But they had 2 million some before they ran out. It's pretty crazy. And the other one
Maybe
was
they had more confidence in this one.
the other one was like, are they gonna go for Wii U? I don't know. And the other one was about which one was the game? I want to say it was Horizon, but I'm not sure. Something else sold a lot.
Oh, was it the what? I thought we talked about the Horizon was like the best-selling new IP thing, so it might not have been Horizon.
Okay.
And we talked about near selling 1 million, I think, too. So I don't think
Yeah.
that's it. What else could it be, Tekken? I don't know, guy in the corner. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Why would he not be alive?
Well, I mean, you can only live so long in a corner, and I mean, I just figured he got deaded. Because, I mean, what was he living off of? Tekken's pizza scraps? We all know there's not a lot of those. Oh no, I dropped my cell phone.
Or well, I don't remember. Oh, Persona 5,
Oh
1.5
yeah,
million
that's what it was.
copies.
Okay.
Biggest launch in the series.
Beating out Persona 4, which is the biggest launch in the series prior to that.
So it's growing.
I hope not, because then they're gonna have to like cave into the pressure of doing like things that other series do once they get popular, and then it's gonna suck, and then we'll be like, no, you guys ruined Persona. I hate Atlas now. Now I'm quitting Sega. The whole series of events.
Break my heart.
Basically.
Oh, we can end on this one. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy got a release date.
Yep, August 22nd.
Yay.
It's gonna be on disc too.
Wait,
And if you pre-order it, it comes with a Jack and Daxter, which they announced the trilogy is going to be on PS4 as a PS2 classic.
Hmm.
Yay!
Isn't it $40
Daxter.
for that? 30, 40. One of those two.
Yeah, something like that. It's not a full price game. It's supposed to be. Oh, what was the size comparison? I think it was like. Was it bigger, smaller, or bigger than Left Behind? The Last of Us.
$40 for a DLC?
Well, it was a DLC, and then like it expanded so much that they decided it's a full thing.
Yeah,
But I doubt it's going to be as big as Uncharted, though.
I'm trying to think like how they phrased it. It was like a full Uncharted experience or something weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that. Because I'm a full Uncharted experience. Ha ha!
Yaha!
Ha ha! I'm here all night.
I'm not. Yeah, I think I don't know. Was that did we I think we missed the week where the Mass Effect like first patch came out that fixed the eyes.
We did.
It looks like a lot better now.
Yay!
Who knew?
Who knew eyes were the windows to the soul?
I'm super interested in like seeing like a post-mortem on that now, because that is just like it's just bugging me like how they could not catch that before release of like what the F happened. Because there was an extra credits video about it that was like really good of like, you know, what happened? Like, here's the three
with
things
the
that we think of
animations,
could have
right?
happened, and then it's like, or it could have just been like something we don't even know, like that happened, and they just didn't catch it. It's just like, what the f, man? Yeah, it's about the like animation and stuff.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, we enjoyed the game and finished it before they fixed that. And I think it's probably they just decided it wasn't worth delaying the game to fix. They're just like, well, we got magic ovens now, so we can just put it back later
Oh no, we're doing the
and make
bakery
it a
thing
bit
again.
more.
Jeez.
And so they just were just like, it's fine, let's ship it. And that's what they did. Was that one of the possibilities that they said?
I don't think so. But yeah, I just looked up the Uncharted 4 thing. It's $40
Cool.
on my magical phone.
You do know phones aren't actually magic, right?
My technologically superior phone.
Technological.
I don't think that's a song.
There's a song called "Technologic" by Daft Punk, but there's no words in it. It's just the one
Most of
with the
their
guitar
songs don't have words
with
in them.
and then like
Actually, now that I think about it, I think I only like the one Daft Punk song.
what? Whatever.
Sorry. And it's the one that has words in it, so
Is it the
no.
Is it
No, it's
around
the other one.
world?
No, it's not that one
what?
either.
You don't like whatever. Okay, we'll talk about this at the podcast ends because we don't have time to like sit around and talk about Daft Punk all night.
Of course we do.
People just may not have the time to listen to it.
That is the thing. Like, there's a difference.
I'm trying to think of what other songs they have that have... Oh, there's some other songs, but they're not as good as those two, so I'm not even gonna like waste my time.
It's
I
one
mean,
of
I
those
guess they
then,
might be, but whatever.
that you don't like. It's one of the
It's
other
all
ones that you
subjective
don't.
anyway.
It is. Actually, is that song even a Daft Punk song that I'm thinking of? It might not even be a Daft Punk song.
Wow. Is it the oh wait, this other song that has technologic in it, I think, when it has got like the buy it, fuse it, something,
Yeah.
that one?
No, I
Oh,
don't even know what that
okay,
is.
that's, yeah. It's on an iPod commercial.
Oh, then no. I think it's like one of their old songs, though, if it is their song, after all. Once again, I'm not completely sure. I'm talking
Do you even know the words?
kind of? Like I said, we'll talk about this after the podcast.
So remember, everyone, buys the sound.
Just play. Oh my.
So yeah,
Sorry, I derailed.
check this out on the internet.
So in our Daft Punk conversation? I doubt it.
Aimlesspodcast.com or Google us on the internet. That's how that works. Maybe you'll find us. Maybe you'll find something else you like more. Who knows? Or nothing wrong with that. So yippee skippy for you.
Tweet us or Google.
Anything to say before we sign off, RPG? Oh yeah, also Twitter.
Presidency.
Anything to say before we sign off, Tropical?
Help us name our segments. I think we're gonna do more fun segments because they're fun.
They're just so wacky.
The podcast has officially lost.
You like
voice
them, right? You like them?
In the darkest timeline. Yes, of course.
The darkest timeline.
The darkest timeline song. It has
How
to
is there
be
not a
on
song
the minor thingy or whatever it's called in music when it goes dun 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 dun. It has to be like in that whatever it's called minor mode thingy.
Minor key.
Yeah, minor key.
In my
Darkest timeline, aimless something. Dun 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 dun. Thingies. Something. Darkest Timeline.
Timeline.
Okie dokie, internet. That is it for this episode. Until you see from us again, Aimless Z, aimlesspodcast.com, and we're now signing off.